Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am your teacher, Ms. Nadia Roof from Ami Burnhall Girls College, and today we are starting with lecture number 16 of hydrocarbons. Let me tell you here that today is the last lecture of this chapter, inshallah. In the previous lecture, we have studied about various forms of isomerism in which optical isomerism was discussed in detail. Along with that, we studied about conjugation of bonds and chirality as well. In today's lecture, we will be studying about geometric isomerism. We will have our focus upon structural isomerism and its types, that is chain isomerism, functional group isomerism, position isomerism, metamerism, and tautomerism. Let's start with geometric isomerism first. Geometric isomerism is also called configurational isomerism or cis-trans isomerism. It can be defined as it is the type of isomerism where individual atoms are in the same order but they manage to arrange themselves differently in the space. Their spatial arrangement is different. It usually results from restriction in the rotation about double bond or about single bonds in the cyclic compound. Do remember, this geometric isomerism will be common in the compounds that has got double bond, or if they are having single bond, then the molecules should be cyclic in nature. The term cis and trans, they are derived from the Latin word. Cis means on this side and trans means on the other side or on the opposite side. So cis isomer will be the one that will be having two same groups on the same side, and trans isomer will be the one that will be having same groups on the opposite sides or on the different sides. Let me explain this according to this example. For example, if you are having a molecule 1,2-dichloroethane, can you draw structure by yourself in your copies? This molecule has got no isomers, no geometric isomers, because when you draw two isomers, both are the same molecules. There is no difference in both of them. This is the structure of 1,2-dichloroethane. You can see these are two carbon atoms linked with two hydrogens, and in the green color, this is chlorine atom that is being shown. So it is 1,2-dichloroethane, and this is a ethane having single bond between two carbon atoms. This whole molecule can rotate itself in this way, and this chlorine can come on the opposite side. Now you cannot say that this is the trans isomer and it is the cis isomer. Both of them are same because there is full rotation of the bond, right? So this will not be happening in alkanes. This kind of geometric isomerism will not be found in various types of alkanes. Now consider another molecule, that is 1,2-dichloroethene. Now the same molecule, but it will be having a double bond between two carbon atom. Double bond has got restricted free rotation. It will not let the bond to rotate completely, so it will give rise to two different isomers. There will be restricted rotation, there will be a little bit of rotation, due to which the substituted atoms will change their position a little bit in the space and they will give rise to two different isomers. For example, cis 1,2-dichloroethene can be represented in this way, and trans 1,2-dichloroethene can be represented in this way. You can see over here, this is a double bond between two carbon atoms. Both of the chlorines are on the same side. So this is cis 1,2-dichloroethene, and here it is showing a little bit of rotation around a double bond. A little bit it is rotated a little bit, and this will give rise to another isomer which will be called trans. So this will give rise to these alkenes will have geometric isomerism, or alkenes will show geometric isomerism, but alkanes will not show geometric isomerism. Now let me show you the rotation of carbon atoms in the single bond and restricted rotation in the double bond. You can see this is a alkane molecule in which there is present a sigma bond between two of the carbon atoms. This molecule, due to presence of single bond, it can rotate freely in any direction to whatsoever is the degrees. It can rotate up to 360-degree completely. But when we talk about alkene, there is a double bond between two of the carbon atoms. In this alkene molecule, you would see there is pi electronic cloud above and below the chain, so it will not let it move in all of the directions. Instead, there will be restricted motion, a little bit motion only, which will give rise to two different kinds of isomers, that is cis isomer as well as a trans isomer. Now let's see how can we convert cis isomer into trans isomer. Both can be converted into each other. It can be done by simply absorption of heat or light. Usually 62 kilocalories per mole of energy is required to break a pi bond. Once the pi bond is broken up, then the whole molecule will rotate about a single bond, and cis isomer or the trans isomer will be converted into the other isomer. Upon cooling, the reformation of pi bond will take place, which will give rise to mixture of both of the isomers. It is shown in your book in this diagram, where a cis isomer is being shown to you. When it is heated, the pi bond will be broken up, and this pi bond, now these pi electrons are still there, pi electronic cloud is still there, but they are not bonded to each other. The bond has been broken up. Now it will be rotated. You will see this CH3 group will come on this side, and the cis form will be converted into trans form. And after some time, the reformation in both of these molecules will take place. This molecule will reform its pi bond as well, and it will be converted to cis isomer. It will remain the cis isomer, and this one will reform again. Its pi bond will be reformed, and it will be converted to trans form. Now equal quantities of both of the isomers will be present. We have read it previously at various places that trans isomer is more stable than cis isomer. Let's see the reason. What is the reason behind that? Usually trans isomers are more stable. This is due to increased unfavorable steric interaction of the substituents in the cis isomer. This unfavorable steric interaction means it is in fact due to the repulsion between the bulky groups which are present on the same side in cis isomer, and they will cause repulsion to each other. That's why cis isomer will not be very much stable. But in trans, the bulky groups, they are present far apart from each other, so they will minimize the repulsion and they will become more stable. It can be shown in this diagram. You can see this is a cis isomer and this is a trans isomer of 2-butene. In this cis isomer, the two bulky groups, they are present on the same side. You can see it here, and they are causing too much of repulsion between each other. But in case of trans isomer, these two bulky groups, they are present on the opposite side. This will minimize the repulsion between both of them. That's why trans isomer is going to be more stable as compared to cis isomer. These cis and trans isomers, they usually have some general characteristics or general properties which are very important for us to know. Geometric isomerism, isomers usually have different physical and chemical properties, and they can be easily separated by physical techniques like frictional distillation or gas chromatography, etc. There is the two important physical properties are being shown to you in this table, where you can see there is cis 2-butene and trans 2-butene. Melting point of both of them can be compared. The one in the red color is shown. This shows the highest melting point, and you can see the boiling point of cis 2-butene is 4 and that of trans is 1. Again in the red color, higher boiling point is shown. So in case of cis 2-butene, more will be the boiling point as compared to trans, and in case of melting point, trans 2-butene will have more melting point as compared to cis 2-butene. Let's come towards various examples of geometric isomerism. These are the examples that are discussed in your books as well. The first one is propene. In propene, no geometric isomerism is possible. If you draw the structure of propene in your copies by yourself, you would see around a double bond, there is one methyl group, hydrogen, and these two groups are same. So the necessary condition is presence of double bond, but the other necessary condition is each carbon should be attached with two different groups. Here two same groups are present, so geometric isomerism is not possible in case of propene. Let's study some other compound, that is 3-hexene. Double bond is attached to two different groups, so geometric isomerism will be possible. This is a structure of 3-hexene, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. At position 3 there is present a double bond. You can see around double bond there are present two groups. If these groups they are present on the same side and hydrogens are present on the same side, it is cis isomer. The same molecule trans isomer can be shown in this way, where these substituents, we cannot call them substituents in fact, but right now they appear to be like substituents. So these will be present on the opposite side, bulky groups are present on the opposite side, so it is a trans isomer. Third very important example is butene dioic acid. Butene dioic acid represents a molecule in which carbon is linked with the carbon through double bond, and there are two hydroxyl groups present on the terminal end, so it will give rise to butene dioic acid. You can see this is structure of butene dioic acid in which 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbons are present, carboxylic groups. So you can say that this molecule is a dioic acid. In case of this one, when these two groups are on the same side, it will be called malic acid, but when these two groups are on the opposite side, it is called fumaric acid. Even their names are different, their physical and chemical properties are different. So placement of group around double bond give rise to cis and trans isomerism. Now let's discuss geometric isomerism in cyclic compounds. Cyclic compounds usually are those compounds, or cyclic alkanes are usually those compounds which have got a ring kind of structure. Usually di-substituted cycloalkanes, stereoisomers, can be designated as cis or trans isomers, and it is called geometric isomerism, as you know. For cis isomer, both of the substituents are above and below the carbon ring. There should be two substituents present, and these two substituents should be present on the different carbon atoms, and if both of the two substituents are on above or below, if both of them are above or both of them are below, it will be called cis isomer. And for trans isomer, one substituent is above the ring while the other substituent is below the ring. Carbon ring of cycloalkanes form a pseudoplane that can be used to assign the relative orientation of atoms or substituents bonded to the ring. Means we can have this ring of the carbon atoms. It can be considered as a false plane or a false symmetrical plane through which you can decide about the position of substituents, whether they are above or below the ring. One side of the ring is usually called upside, while the other side of the ring is called downside. According to various scientists, usually we use heavy or wedge-shaped bonds to indicate a substituent that is located above the average plane of the ring, that is on the upside, and a dotted line for the bonds or atoms that are located below the ring or the down the ring. I'll show you some of the examples to understand this concept. Let's see example of 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. This is the structure of 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. It is a cyclopropane ring, and on first and second position there are two of the methyl groups attached. Now if both of the substituents that are present, if they are present above the ring, or if both of them are present below the ring, this isomer will be called a cis isomer. As you can see in this picture, this is cis 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. These are the wedges that are being shown. This wedge shows that these are above the ring, and dotted line shows that these two hydrogens are below the ring. This is cis 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. Similarly, trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane can also be shown when you can see this one of the methyl group is above and other methyl group is shown by the dotted line that is below the ring. So it will be trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. Another example can also be shown, that is 1,2-dibromocyclopentane. 1,2-dibromocyclopentane means it is a cyclopentane compound having at position 1 and 2, two bromines are attached. If both of the bromines are above the plane, as you can see here, and hydrogens are below, or if both of them are below and hydrogens are above, in both of the cases it will be called cis 1,2-dibromocyclopentane. pentane. Cyclopentane on the paper can be shown in this way, or three-dimensional picture it can be shown in this way as well. It is envelope kind of structure. If this is the plane of the ring, if bromines are present above or bromines are present below, they are on the same side, it will be called cis 1,2-dibromo cyclopentane. But if in this compound you can see if bromine is above and other bromine is below, then it will be called trans 1,2-dibromo cyclopentane. So both of them are isomers of each other. So in other words, we can say that the necessary condition for any compound to show geometric isomerism in case of cyclic compounds is there must be at least two other groups beside hydrogen on the ring, and these two must be on different ring, on the different carbon atoms on the ring. For example, if you see 1,1-dimethyl cyclopropane, because two of the substituents are present on the same carbon, so it will not show geometric isomerism whether they are above or whether they are below. They must be placed on the different carbon atoms. As you can see in the second example, it is 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. This can show geometric isomerism because both substituents or both methyl groups are present on the different carbon atoms. Now moving on towards next type of isomerism, which is called structural isomerism. Structural isomerism is commonly referred or commonly called as constitutional isomerism. There are various types of structural isomerism. The first one is chain isomerism. The name is indicating there is something different in the chain of two molecules. This chain isomerism can also be called skeletal isomerism. Components of these isomers display differently branched structures. The chemical formulas will be same, but their attachments or their branchings will be different. For example, chain isomerism differ in the branching of carbon atoms only. So example of pentane is being shown. This is normal pentane having 5 carbon atoms and there are 12 hydrogen atoms in it. Isopentane can also be drawn, that is 2-methylbutane. It is also having 5 carbon atoms and 12 hydrogen atoms, but you can see there is difference. There is some difference in the branching system or the chain. This chain was having 5 carbons, this chain is having 4 carbons. Similarly, we can have neopentane as well. Again, total number of carbon and hydrogen will be same, but their attachment is different. So this kind of isomerism is called chain isomerism. The next type of isomerism, structural isomerism, is position isomerism. The position of, in this isomerism, position of functional groups or substituent atoms are different in the position isomerism. For example, we can have various examples of position isomerism, only few will be discussed here. Typically, this isomerism involves attachment of functional group to the different carbon atoms in the carbon chain. So, the attachment or the position of functional group will be different in two different compounds. For example, we can have a compound that has got formula of C3H7Cl. This is 1-chloropropane. If chlorine is present at position number 1 and if chlorine is present at position number 2, these two isomers will be called position isomers because you can see the position of functional group is different in both of these compounds. Third type of isomerism is functional group isomerism. This functional group isomerism or functional isomerism, this is also called functional isomerism. This is telling you something about the functional group. You will see it is referred to those compounds which have got same chemical formula but they have got different functional groups. The compounds are totally different because their functional groups are different, but still they have got the same formula. For example, one of the example is C3H6O. This is a propanol, that is aldehyde, having 3 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen. Functional group right now is aldehyde group. Similarly, propanone, that is acetone, you can see the structure of acetone. It is a ketone having C double bond O functional group in the center and CH3 on the either side. Both of these molecules have got same formula, that is C3H6O, but you can see both of them are totally different compounds. One of them is ketone and the other one is aldehyde. Next type of isomerism is metamerism. Metamerism is the type of isomerism that arises due to presence of different alkyl chains on either side of the functional group. Functional group is same, but the attachment, or there are different alkyl groups present on the either side, but still their chemical formulas will be same. This is very rare type of isomerism, and it is limited to those molecules that can have a divalent atom such as sulfur or oxygen that can be attached to two different things or two alkyl groups that are surrounded by the alkyl groups. For example, diethyl ether and methyl propyl ether are one of the example. For example, this is ether. Ether means oxygen in the center and two alkyl groups. If there are both of them are ethyl groups, then it is called diethyl ether. But similarly, in another compound, ether can be in the center and one of the group can be methyl, other group can be propyl. It is methyl propyl ether. Both of them, if you see, have got same chemical formula, but attachment of alkyl groups is different in both of the cases. So these two are called metamers, and this type of isomerism will be called metamerism. Similarly, we can have a ketone. Ketones also have C double bond O in the center, and they have got different alkyl groups attached on the either side. If, for example, we are having a 2-pentanone, in usually ketone, we follow the naming system in which all of the carbons are counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it is pentane because it is present a ketonic group holding a ketonic group in it, so it will be called pentanone, and at position 2 there is ketonic group, it will be called 2-pentanone. Similarly, we can have 3-pentanone in which C double bond O is at position number 3, and there is ethyl group and another ethyl group on the either side. In both of the cases, chemical formulas are the same, but their attachments around the attachment of alkyl groups around a double bond or around any functional group are different. The last type of structural isomerism is tautomerism. Tautomer of a compound refers to isomer of the compound which only differ in the position of protons and electrons. It is in fact related to the position of proton usually. Typically, the tautomers of a compound exist in equilibrium with each other, and they can easily interchange into each other because it happens just because of transfer of proton. And there is always intermolecular proton transfer. Intramolecular means within a molecule itself, a proton will be transferred from one of the carbon or from one position to another position, and both equilibrium states will coexist and they can be changed from one form to another form. Another very good example of this one is keto-enol tautomerism. For the picture is shown to you. This is a keto form of a compound in which this is CH3, C double bond O, CH2, C double bond COO, C2H5. In this compound, we are not concerned with rest of the chain. Rest of the chain in both of them will be the same. But what happens? This is ketonic form in which it is this whole group is a ketonic group, and this is enolic form. Enol means a compound that is having a double bond as well as a hydroxyl, so that will be called enol. So this is the enolic form. Can you see this hydrogen from ketonic form has been transferred to this oxygen atom, and double bond has been broken up, which is created between these two carbon atoms. So ketonic form or keto form is changed into enolic form. Both of the compounds are different, but these compounds differ only in the position of proton or hydrogen atom. So this kind of isomerization or isomerism is called tautomerism, and these two are called tautomers of each other. Do remember, just keep it in your mind that tautomerism refers to transfer of a proton. So that is all from isomerism and its various types. Now we will move ahead towards quick quiz which is given. Now moving towards the quick quiz. There are some questions which are given at the end. Some of them are very simple that you can do by yourself, and some of them I'm going to tell you. Like question number 1 is, define and explain following terms: structural isomerism, stereoisomerism, geometric isomerism, asymmetric carbon, optical isomerism, and chiral molecules. These all definitions are given in the lecture. Go through my lecture again and you will get to know the answers. You just have to define them and explain a little bit. State necessary conditions for a compound to show geometric isomerism. Necessary conditions are there must be a double bond present, and the carbon which is having a double bond, it should be attached with two different things, with two different substituents. They should not be same. You have to give some of the examples as well that will be explained in the next question. Which one of the following compounds show geometric isomerism? 2-butene, 2-methylbutene, 2-pentene, 1,2-dichloropropane. Let's see which one is going to show geometric isomerism. Answers are being shown to you. First of all, let me draw 2-butene. This is 2-butene having double bond at position number 2. We can draw two isomeric forms, that is cis form and trans form, because there is a double bond present, and carbon that are holding a double bond are attached to two different things. So when these two substituents are on the same side, it is cis isomer, and when they are on the opposite sides, it is trans isomer. Next one is 2-methylbutene. It cannot show isomerism, geometric isomerism, because in this one you can see one of the carbon atom is attached with two of the hydrogens which are same group. So it will not show geometric isomerism. 2-pentene. 2-pentene can show geometric isomerism very easily. In 2-pentene, there is a double bond present at position number 2, and rest of the compound, rest of these two will be considered as alkyl groups, and carbon atom which is holding double bond is attached to two different groups. When both of the alkyl groups are on the same side, it is cis isomer. When they are on the opposite side, it will be called trans isomer. 1,2-dichloropropane, as I told you already, geometric isomerism is common in alkenes, but it is not common in alkanes. So of course it will not be possible. This is the structure. So this geometric isomerism will not be possible in this compound. Question number 4 is, which one of the following compounds show isomerism? Now, I think there is something wrong in the question. Maybe they are asking for geometric isomerism. If they are asking about geometric isomerism, then in that case, this molecule, propene molecule, will not show geometric isomerism, because one of the carbon atom is attached with two hydrogen, that is the same atom. So it will not show geometric isomerism. In case of this molecule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, it is 2-hexene. This will show geometric isomerism, and it will have the structure. You can draw structure by yourself in the same way, and you will have to draw, here will be the propyl group and rest of the structure will be same. So cis and trans isomers can be done very easily. What is optical activity? How it is measured? It is measured through polarimeter. Write a note on optical isomerism of lactic acid and optical isomerism of tartaric acid. Both has been discussed in detail in the lecture. An acid of formula C5H10O2 is optically active. There is an acid. Organic acids are those compounds which have got carboxylic acid in them. So one of the major substituent or one of the major group over here will be carboxylic acid. It is optically active, means it should be, the whole compound should have one carbon atom which is attached to 4 different groups. So what will be its structure? Can you draw structure by yourself? This will be the structure of this compound, that is 2-methyl. It will be 2-methylbutanoic acid. One of the group is carboxylic group. This is the central carbon atom which is attached with one CH3, and rest of the two will be CH2CH3 group. We can draw it in this way as well. This is optically active compound. This is chiral carbon attached with ethyl group, methyl group, hydrogen and carboxylic acid. Its mirror image can be drawn over here. How does cis isomer is converted to trans isomer? We have discussed it in detail in the lecture. Trans isomer is more stable than the cis isomer. Why? This has also been discussed in the lecture in detail. Now moving towards exercise of this chapter. Some of the questions Ma'am Sadia has already discussed in her lectures, and some of the MCQs and some questions are left behind. So let me discuss those MCQs with you people. First one is, the molecule of ethane possesses which hybridization? So it will be sp3 hybridization. I have marked answers for you people. Note them down in your books. sp2 hybrid orbitals are oriented in the space at one angle. What is that angle? sp2 hybrid orbitals are having angle of 120. 109 is 1080, 100. These are not the option. Geometry of acetylene is angular, bent, trigonal, linear. Geometry of acetylene has got sp hybridization, so of course its geometry will be linear. Which reaction is used as a test for presence of alkenes? Reaction of cold dilute alkylic KMnO4, combustion, polymerization, catalytic hydrogenation. The first option is the correct one. KMnO4 is purple in color and its color is decolorized in the presence of alkene. So this test can be utilized. Either this one or bromination, but bromination is not the option given to us right now. General formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 2. You know that already. Soda lime is sodium hydroxide, KOH, mixture of sodium and calcium hydroxide, calcium oxide and NaOH. Soda lime is calcium oxide and NaOH. It is in fact derived from the two terms caustic soda and lime water. Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide and lime water is calcium hydroxide. So it is in fact combination of both of them, calcium oxide and sodium hydroxide. Marsh gases usually methane, which is produced in marshes. Ethane, methane, propane, butane. Out of these, methane will be the option. Acidic hydrogen is present in acetylene or ethynes. Ethane, benzene, and ethene does not have acidic hydrogen. Benzene molecule contains, there are 3 double bonds, 2 double bonds, 1 double bond. None of these, of course, there are 3 double bonds that are alternating. The electrophile in aromatic sulfonation is, you have studied about it in detail. It is SO3, that is the electrophile, and that is going to attack the benzene ring. The conversion of N-hexane into benzene by heating in the presence of platinum is called aromatization. Isomerization, dealkylation, and rearrangement are not the option. It is aromatization when a long chain molecule can be converted into a benzene-like structure or aromatic structure. Catalyst used for Friedel-Crafts reaction is HNO3, AlCl3, BeCl3, FeCl3. It is usually AlCl3. Benzene cannot undergo elimination, substitution, oxidation, or addition. Benzene can undergo these 3 reactions, but elimination is not possible in benzene because it is quite a stable compound. Some other MCQs are: the shape of benzene molecule is pyramidal, linear planar, trigonal, hexagonal planar. So it is hexagonal planar. In which of the following compound benzene ring is isolated? Naphthalene, anthracene, and phenanthrene. These all have got benzene structure, benzene rings that are jointed together. But in diphenyl ethane, if you draw the structure by yourself, there are 2 phenyl groups. Phenyl means benzene rings. They are attached to ethane molecule. Ethane molecule C2H6. You remove 1 hydrogen, and in place of those 2 hydrogen, you attach 2 phenyl groups. So it will be diphenyl ethane. This one is the compound in which benzene rings are isolated from each other. 2 compounds have same composition and also have same atoms attached to the same atoms, although with the different orientation in the space. These compounds are called, whenever there is different orientation in the space, such a kind of isomerism is called stereoisomerism, which is not identical position isomerism or structural isomerism. The isomer of a substance must have the same chemical properties, same molecular weight, same structural formula, same functional group. They should have same molecular weight because their molecular formulas are same. Their structural formulas are different. Ethanol and dimethyl ether are best considered as these are structural isomers. Because stereoisomers and enantiomers and distereomers is not the option. Alkenes show geometric isomerism or geometric isomers due to asymmetry, rotation around a single bond, resonance, restricted rotation about a double bond. So alkenes show geometric isomerism because of restricted rotation around a double bond. Geometric isomerism is shown by lactic acid, malic acid, 1-butene, 1,1-dichloroethylene. It is usually shown by the malic acid. A molecule is said to be chiral if it contains plane of symmetry, if it contains center of symmetry, if it cannot be superimposed on its mirror image, if it can be superimposed on it. So C is the correct option in that case. Which of the statement is false regarding chiral compound? They rotate the plane of polarized light. They have cis-trans isomers. Exist as an enantiomer, can be detected with the polarimeter. Of course, B is the correct option. They do not have cis-trans isomers. Optically active compound must contain at least 4 carbons. When in solution, rotate the plane of polarized light. Must always contain asymmetric carbon. In solution, always give a negative reading in the polarimeter. B is the correct option. Plain polarized light is affected by identical molecules, all polymers, chiral molecules, or by all biomolecules. Then C is the correct option. It is affected by the chiral molecule. Is it possible to distinguish between optical isomers by using chemical test, by mass spectrometry, by IR spectroscopy, or by polarimeter? So it can be done only by the polarimetry. So D is the correct option here. After doing MCQs, there are some of the questions which are given at the end of your book, that is skilled activity. In skilled activity, there are questions related to isomerism again. Consider question number 1 is, consider the following hydrocarbons. These 4 are given to you, and related to them are the questions that are being asked. Which one of these are the saturated hydrocarbons? Saturated hydrocarbons are number 2 and 4. These are having all saturated bonds in them. Which one is called 1,3-butadiene? This is 1,3-butadiene. So 3 is the correct answer. Which one will decolorize bromine water? The ones which have got unsaturation will decolorize the bromine water. So number 1 and 3 is the answer. Which one will undergo addition? Those which are having double bonds will undergo addition only. These two will undergo substitution reaction. So the answer is 1 and 3. Number 2 is, draw the line diagram of octane is given to you. In line diagram, you can draw it by yourself even. The question related to this is, now draw all possible isomeric structures in the line diagram. In the line diagram, you have to draw all isomeric structures of octane and draw the full structural formula of these isomers and name them according to IUPAC. After drawing the line diagram, you have to draw all of the isomers and you have to write their structural formulas as well, and you have to name them according to IUPAC system as well. Let me show you the answer of this one, and you can try it by yourself at your. These are various isomers of octane that can be drawn here. In various, there are almost 18 isomers: N-octane, 2-methylheptane, 3-methylheptane. Mean position of any substituent can be changed, length of the chain can also be changed, and substituents can be changed, and it can give rise to 18 isomers. And you have to draw it by yourself even. You have to name them according to IUPAC system even. Next question is, assign the following objects as chiral or achiral compound. There are various objects that are being given to you. Now this is your home task and you have to do it by yourself. See the chirality in these objects and tell whether these are chiral or achiral in nature. Question number 4 has already been discussed by Ma'am Sadia in her lectures. Coming towards question number 5, there are some structural formulas given. Some of them are equivalent to others. Which are equivalent to which? Number 1 is this one. It is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbon atoms. You can see structure number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 carbon atoms. So these two are not equivalent. This one is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. So of course they will be similar to each other. These two are similar to each other. This is having 2 carbons here and 5 in the center. So there are total of 7. So these two are similar to each other as well. Now this structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbon atom with a substituent. This is similar to this one, which is having 6 carbons in the chain and there is one substituent at position number 3. The last one you can see, it is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 carbon atom. So it will be equivalent to this structure and to this structure as well. That's all for today, girls. Thank you very much for listening and practice everything at your home again. Question number 3 is your home task. You have to make a table and distribute or distinguish these compounds as chiral or achiral and send that table, the picture of that table to me on WhatsApp group. Okay, I'll see whether you have done it correctly or not. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a good day.